Now let's look at installing Logic Pro 7. Place the install CD in the CD-ROM drive. The Finder will mount the CD on the desktop, at which point choose to install. Click the installer to begin the process. There's a package that contains a program that determines if the software can be installed. Just continue through that section and click Continue. Read through the license agreement or print it out. You can also save it to the desktop. Continue. You agree. This chooses the volume at which you can install Logic to. It does require 3.5 gigs of space to install. Click Continue. There is a customization option that I do want you to look at. This allows you to go in and check or uncheck attributes that you may not want to install on the local disk. Doing this allows you to have an option to custom the install of Logic to your specific need. Once you've done this, you would click Install to begin the process. Logic is installed already for me, so we're going to look and see exactly where it installs these attributes to. So I'm going to quit out of the installer. Inside the Finder, we're going to go ahead and look inside the main hard drive, which mine is Vienna. Logic installs an application inside the application folder here. And you can drag this icon down onto your dock to create a shortcut like I've done here. Logic also installs attributes in the library inside the application support Logic folder. In here are all of the attributes that are needed for the program, including channel strip settings, factory samples, impulse responses, plugin settings, sample instruments, song templates, tuning, and ultrabeat samples. As you notice, inside my ESX samples, there's nothing in there. I've chosen to remove these samples and place them onto the sample hard drive. As long as the sample instruments are present, the samples can be on any hard drive on the computer. Logic also creates library preferences in the application support folder specific to your user. So go to your user, your library, your application support, and in your Logic folder. This is where you can save your channel strip sets, your plugin settings, any sample instruments you want to add, or any song templates. Channel strip sets can actually be moved around. It is possible to create a channel strip set, go into this folder, and email it to a partner or a producer that you want to have a specific sound. Also, preferences have been installed when the application is run for the first time. As you look down the list, you'll find two different types of preferences. A com.apple preference, Logic Pro, and at the bottom you'll find a Logic com.apple here as well. Backing up these preferences will make sure your key commands or specific window sets that you've created can be saved. Also, this information can be saved in a template. There's also an info imagic Logic. To troubleshoot, you can remove these out of this folder and rerun Logic. Finally, there's plugins. Inside the main library, there's an audio folder with a plugin. Components are third-party plugins that can be installed into Logic. This is where you place those components. There are many manufacturers that make plugins in what's called an audio unit format. Purchasing an audio unit formatted plugin and installing it in this folder will ensure that it works inside Logic Pro 7. Once the application's been installed, you're ready to run it by going down to your dock and selecting the program.